Good morning. It's Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is it's the weather. It's been so weird out here in California. We had a heat wave and now it's cooled off, but it's a beautiful day. Yes, it is. Hi, DP and Linda and Wendy Gal. Hi, and Andy and everyone. Welcome. Hey, Solstice Tits. I haven't seen you in a while. And CJ Rush, where are you rushing to, Jay? Maybe you definitely should slow down because there's a lot of changing energy that's slowing us down. Jupiter stationed retrograde yesterday, Pluto stationing direct tomorrow. Hi, Miss Madison. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Martina from France and the Imaginary Restaurant. I'm ready for my reservation. Yes, I am. I'm feeling like, I want something warming. Maybe soup would be beautiful. Okay, anyway, let me stop being silly and get on with this program. So this is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste, an astrologer, a coach, and an intuitive. And this is the Astro and the Oracle program where I'm going to talk about the astrology for a little bit. And then I'm going to pull cards for Oracle guidance to give you food for thought, help you navigate the week, and whatever else you like to do with this information. It's like stimulating your subconscious this is what the cards do by giving you visual images and words. So Cowgirls and Aliens is the deck I am using this morning. And it's a rootin' tootin' galactic wisdom to inspire your day by Ellie Grant. This is a rock pool deck. Rock pool, I love them. I'm a rock pool influencer. Yes, I am. And what else? But I love Ellie's deck. Yes, I do. And we're going to pull from that. But first, a few announcements. This Sunday, I am going to be speaking for the Organization of Professional Astrology, the speaker series. It's at Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific. And if you can't make it live, you'll get the recording. It's free for OPA members. OPA, I'm a board member. It's a wonderful organization. I highly suggest astrology enthusiasts you don't have to be a professional astrologer. A lot of our members are astrology enthusiasts. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the switch of the nodes. So January 11th, the North Node is going to switch from Aries to Pisces, and the South Node from Libra to Virgo. The nodes move backwards through the zodiac, and they are the lunar nodes of the moon, and they speak to, and the moon rules the people. They speak to what we as a collective are going to be working on what is the axis. For when it was in Aries Libra, where it is now, it's the axis of relationships. We're seeing so much about relationships in people's personal lives, and especially if you have Aries or Libra angular, or planets there, but we're also, or the nodes there, but we're also seeing on the collective level, Aries, conflict, war being amplified, the North Node amplifies, and diplomacy, finding solutions, coming to, collaboration, being drained in some ways with the South Node in Libra. But you can think about what's going on in your own life. Well, the work switches in January, and we got a preview of what is coming up for us next year with the lunar eclipse in Pisces. And so that happened September 17th, but we're still seeing stories unfold around the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I mean, these hurricanes are a part of it. Yeah. Anyway, let me not get too much off track because I want to be snappy and I have a lot to say. Okay, but anyway, come on Sunday if you want to hear more about the switch, what it will mean for the collective, what we've already seen, previous cycles, what could be coming up. if I have time, what it means for each sign. I don't know if I'll have time for all that, but we'll see. I'm still writing my presentation, but it's only $15 for non-members, and it will be informative for you to what you need to look out for in your own life. And you might recognize, oh my God, this theme already happened around September 17th for me, or since September, even since my eclipse story happened on September 1st. So eclipses can come in early, yeah, even up to 6 weeks early. Yeah. And they bounce back and forth between two signs for the year and a half. And then sometimes they slip okay, yeah. So anyway, I'm already distracted. That's enough about that. Come to the workshop if you want to learn more. Second announcement, my transits class starts October 17th for Kepler College. The link is in the bio for both of these. So after the show, you can go and sign up for either of them. The Kepler College class about transits. So you can learn more about, this is what I talk about on this show and on my podcast, the transits, what's going on in the cosmos, as above, so below. It's a map. The Cliff Notes. Astrology is a language. So if you have a solid understanding of the natal chart and how to delineate it and feel comfortable, this isn't an intermediate class. It's not a beginner class. You got to understand the basics of astrology. You can join me for that. Yes. Okay. It's 5 weeks. Okay. Let's see. I think I missed a lot. Those are the announcements. It's a good time to book your reading if you want to understand what could be coming up for you in 2025. Because there's a lot of changing energy. There's 3 outer planets changing signs, and it's gonna, oh yes, Northern California soup season. It feels like soup season today. Yes. Okay. Oh, the nodes will switch the North Node will move from Aries to Pisces, the first sign of the zodiac to the last sign. So you can think about how things initiated during while the North Node was in Aries will be leading to endings of things when the North Node goes into Pisces. Initiating Aries, cardinal energy, Pisces, mutable water energy, washing things away, letting things go. You think about that. And it's January 11th through something in July of 2026. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes, thank you, Holly. Holly sees me. I see you too, Holly. I am goofy today. Awfully goofy for what is it? I don't know. For a Capricorn moon. Okay. Oh, you have your nodes inverted. So you're going to be experiencing a nodal reversal, Dottie. Yes, I call that the mirror, where you will see where you are on your path with those. Hi, Mel. So nice to see you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Hey, Angelisar. Okay. Let me get going. What was I doing next? Okay. This is a great time to talk about, and there's still, if you are inspired and want to come to Utah next week for Moon Mastery, you still can. So you can look at the Oprah retreats next week. It is going to be amazing if you want to get away to Park City, Utah. Okay, so let's get to the astrology. And this week we're having really big shifting energies. And we're going to talk about it. Yesterday, Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, Jupiter invests in, Jupiter aids. It's a benefic, but it's in the sign of its detriment, Gemini, where it's in exile. It's harder to do what it does with ease because Jupiter wants to look at the big picture, whereas Gemini is like shooting all these facts, whether they're relevant or not, and is distorting the big picture with a bunch of just irrelevant or even deceptive facts. We're seeing this happening right now. Yeah, Jupiter's at home in Sagittarius, and its opposite sign, it's in detriment. And yesterday, it stationed to go retrograde. So when a planet stations, it grinds in the energy. So at 21 degrees of Gemini. Now, in your chart, if you have, like, say, I don't know, Venus at 21 Libra. Well, let's not do Libra because of the South Node. Let's do Aquarius. Venus at 21 Aquarius. That's a smooth, easy flowing trine. You go get a lottery ticket and bingo, you won. Yeah, that could be something because Jupiter's a benefic. Yeah, or you could go to the store and see a Louis Vuitton purse that you just have to have, and you throw your common sense out the window and you think, ooh, I want it. I'll just pay for it over the next 25 years by putting it on a credit card and against your better judgment, because Venus and Jupiter, the benefics, they just want what they want, and then they don't think about the consequences, Saturn, or the problems this is going to bring when you can't make your rent payment or whatever, Mars, that they just go and buy the purse and then deal with the problems later. So, yeah, that could be another way that this Jupiter stationing retrograde is like, ooh, I just have to have the purse, because when a planet stations, it slows down to that degree and it stays at that same degree for sometimes weeks. And so it's really, that energy is really, 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 really flowing. Okay. Let's move on because I'm running out of time. In the days go by so fast. But okay, so Jupiter, and Jupiter rules long distance travel. Jupiter publishes, and Jupiter's legal affairs. So we're going to talk about stories related to that. So keep that in mind. Long distance travel, publishing, legal affairs. Gemini, books. Gemini rules the lungs, and Gemini rules highways. Okay, keep that in mind. Then today we have the first quarter moon, where the sun and the moon are in square. The sun is the leader, the authority. It has the one, like the one we look at, and then the moon is the people. Okay, and then in square today, and then tomorrow, Pluto in Capricorn will go direct at the last anaretic degree of the sign of Capricorn, that 29th degree, where it's a degree of crisis and decay. Breaking things down. Pluto has a mass influence where, like, lots of people are impacted by Plutonic events. Pluto unearths things in order to them to revealed. Pluto like breaks things down to the studs, and it's like power dynamics. Yeah. And it could be about brutality. And Capricorn, governments, big business. We can think about the elderly, and like Capricorn, like Bacchanalia. Capricorn is it's the devil card in the tarot, is representative of Capricorn. Like, we don't really talk about it that much, but like a freak off is Capricornian, where there's just, all of this kind of really going into the pleasures of the physical body, and can be like this power dynamics, control. You might get your song played on my radio station. I might get your song played on a radio station. I'll give you a ride in my chopper. That's Capricorn, energy. Okay, so there are 3 stories I want you to be aware of. So first off, Hurricane Milton, and we're seeing this as being horrible catastrophe happening in Florida. The second earthquake lunar eclipse in Pisces that impacted the U.S. because of, I'll talk about that on Sunday. Enough of that. I'll talk about the astrology of that. So anyway, Hurricane Milton, Jupiter stationing retrograde. You can see it literally. All of these people on these highways, retrogrades delay, they bring conflict, reversals, the collapse of anything contemplated. Like you were going to have a picnic on Saturday, a hurricane comes, it's canceled. All these people sitting on the highway, they're trying to get somewhere. It's really slow. They're trying to travel a long distance, Jupiter on a highway, Gemini, and it's so slow because of the masses of people on the highway because of the government. Capricorn told the people, used its power to say evacuate before this catastrophe, Pluto. So we're seeing that one way. This is one of the ways to see it. And it's a storm. Now, how can you see astrologically it's a storm and not an earthquake or a volcano eruption or something like that, or like whatever, any kind of thing? Because Jupiter comes first and then Pluto. And Jupiter coming first suggests we have a warning. Yeah, and I had posted about how, like, I saw this storm coming. Anyway, if it had been reversed, if Pluto went direct or retrograde first, and then Jupiter retrograde, it would have been like the event happened, this catastrophe, and then everybody's trying to get out and they can't. So you see how that, I think this is a great, like you can visualize with the astrology. And this is, when you take the transits class, this may help you understand this stuff better if you want to take the transits class. Okay, so that's that. Milton, praying for all these people. It's just really a tough eclipse season. Separation and loss are the themes outlined by Saros Series 8S. Some eclipse seasons are joyful. This one is not. And it was conjunct Vindamix. This really, this fixed star, that's difficult. Anyway, let's not get distracted. Next story. Jaguar Wright is a singer, and apparently, I don't know exactly what she's saying, but she's saying a lot of stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and she did an interview on Piers Morgan, and today it was announced that her interview, it will not be aired because Jay-Z and Beyonce have threatened to sue whatever station Piers Morgan works for, and he issued an apology. So she's talking, Gemini, about Pluto and Capricorn, this bacchanalia thing that's been going on with P. Diddy, and I had predicted that there was going to be something legal. I thought maybe someone may be arrested or something, but this story fits the energy, and they threatened to sue Jupiter and then retrograde, pulling it back because no, we don't want to get sued. So that's the second one, and that story's not going away because Beyonce's Mars is in her 10th house in Leo, and it's going to get 3 hits from Mars retrograde. So with Mars retrograde, anyway, I'll talk about that later. The third story is Bob Woodward has published his book. Well, it publishes Jupiter next week, right before the Aries moon, and it's the name of the book is War, and he's detailing things about, he's sharing, unearthed information and secrets about Capricorn, powerful. Pluto rules the powerful as well. People in government Capricorn. And if you have not listened to the Celestial Insights podcast this week, a League of Justice, I would recommend you go listen to it and listen to Tuesday again if you've already listened. And the word of the day yesterday was conspiracy. And I did this big story about Imagine based on the transits, and you can hear what they were. Your partner says they have a headache. You go give them aspirin because of the Jupiter, because of the transits. Anyway, written in this book, Retrograde About the Past, is about how Donald Trump gave Putin our COVID test, the USA COVID test during COVID crisis, and Putin told them to stay quiet about that. Conspiring to keep a secret. Well, the secret's out, and you can think about Jupiter aids. In Gemini rules the lungs. Jupiter protects as well. Jupiter's thought, it's the biggest planet out there, and it's thought to protect the Earth from space junk as well. So, and it rules, like, doctors are Jupiterian. So I'm getting to mass. Anyway, it's a COVID test, so I should make that clear. It was COVID test when we didn't have enough, that Putin got a bunch for his own personal supply. And you can think about, we had an eclipse in Libra. Yeah, Libra rules one-on-one relationships. So that story was very much in line. Bob Woodward also talked about Biden, what he really thinks of Netanyahu and whatnot, and there was some other stuff. The book comes out next week. And so those are 3 examples. And like, if you're going to, and next week, Venus is going to be opposite Uranus. So Taylor Swift is supposed to have concerts in Florida, and they will likely be canceled, I think. Yeah. But right now, you can think about, they're thinking about, like, when do we cancel it? It looks like they'll cancel on Monday, maybe sooner, because we'll see. Maybe they won't cancel. It's in Miami, which is not in the storm's path, but I think it'll be canceled. Just like, how can you have a concert with all the whole state is devastated in different ways? Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. I hope that made sense. And let's see. Oh, thank you, Holly. You're a fellow Deborah Silverman graduate. Wonderful. Yes. Oh, I'm still feeling the Sag mood. Yes, I am. I guess so. I'm trying to think what's going on with my chart that I'm so... Oh, you know what's happening? Venus is opposite my Mercury. That's what's going on. That's why I'm in such a good mood. Oh, thank you, Mel. How nice. Thank you. Oh, good, Wendy Gal. Now, Jupiter's going to go back to 11 degrees of Gemini, so it's not going to get back to your 8, but hopefully you feel some of the, I mean, it's retrograde now, so it's, it's a wonky, but it's Jupiter, so it's still Jupiter. Okay, so you're going to get 5 hits with Jupiter. You've already gotten 1. Ooh, Martina, you had Saturn squaring your Mars. I hope that wasn't too difficult for you. You've got Saturn. Yeah, Capricorn is infrastructure. I didn't say that. Thank you, Brilliance of Beauty. Pluto and Capricorn stationing direct. You know, we're seeing massive amounts of infrastructure damage. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be very, the weatherman was crying on talking about how intense this storm was. And he was interviewed on Aaron Burnett's show, and it was really interesting to hear him talk. He's like 60 or something, and he's been covering storms for decades. and he's never seen anything of this intensity. So and he's been watching the storms get more and more intense with climate change. And he talked about the people in Mexico, like Merida, and places where they don't have the infrastructure, and these people are experiencing these intensifying storms, and they did nothing to cause all this, greenhouse gases and all this kind of stuff. 2005, Hurricane Wilma, did a similar turn to the south. Yeah. 2 months without power. Wow. Yes, 2005 was Katrina, and it's the same metonic cycle, 10 degrees of Libra. So you can think about what's going on in your life in 2005, and your chart was eclipsed in the same place, and there may be a similar story that rhymes, but not exact. Yes, yeah, water with this eclipse, yes, yeah. That was because of the Pisces and the Grand Trine in water. I didn't like it from the moment I saw it. The Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces is just like dirty, contaminated water. I saw it as a punch bowl, like college campuses I talked about. Okay. Yes. Well, I'm not going to talk about how the hurricanes are going to affect the election today because I went on so long, but I posted about it. I think it delays. John Morales. Yes, that is his name. Yes. He was on Aaron Burnett's show. I really liked him. Yeah. Okay, let me pull these cards. So I hope that was helpful in understanding retrogrades, how they show up. They bring delays, reversals, the collapse of anything contemplated, conflicts, disagreements. This is what they can bring. And it may not be immediately. Like with Mercury retrograde, you sign a contract while Mercury's retrograde. 6 months later is when the event's supposed to happen. That's when the collapse happens. You can look back. If something like went really awry, if you have the dates, you can look back and see, was there something retrograde, especially like depending on the nature of it at the time of that it was agreed to or what have you. Or you had a relationship like could go kablooey, and you look back and see it started with Venus retrograde or Venus square Saturn or like Mars or something like that. Oh my God, when I met my ex-husband, I wasn't an astrologer at that time. Venus opposite Mars. Good Lord. I mean, you look at that chart, it was like, oh Lord, that was doomed. But I'm still grateful for the experience. Anyway, let's not get into that. Okay, Cowgirls and Aliens is what we're going to be doing. Oh, I wish I could take the day off. I'm having so much fun. With Ellie Grant, Rockpool Publishing. Yes. Okay, and this is what the back of the deck looks like. Okay, we're going to start with Aries. You're going to get a 3-card reading. You're going to listen for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign to help you navigate this week. And I'm doing something a little lighthearted because, the energy's really heavy. The people, Helene is still a catastrophe. There's so many people. This is Pluto. Like Pluto, millions of people were told to evacuate. Pluto has a mass influence. Exodus, that was the song of the lunar eclipse. Okay, let's see. Aries, what do you need to know? The Navigator. So you see, look at the artwork. I love her artwork. Yeah. And Cowgirls and Aliens, this deck came out at the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Jupiter rules horses. Oh, perfect for me to be using this today. Jupiter rules horses, and then Uranus, aliens. The Navigator. I will take control of my own destiny. This is great for Aries to contemplate, like, how have you used the North Node being in Aries, whether it was your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. I'm an Aries moon and an Aries midheaven, and the North Node has been in my 10th house, amplifying my career since this. Yeah. And yeah. And so, like, navigating these opportunities where I've had to say I can't do it to certain things has been one of the things that this brings up to me about how I have navigated this. But I've also been, like, overworking, and I keep telling myself I got to take things off my plate, and then I just added something else maybe. But anyway, there's certain things that are meant to be done. Anyway, so the navigator, thinking about how you are a navigator in your own life, and everybody can think about how have you navigated this amplification in the Aries house in your chart. Yeah. And how interesting, the card is 29, which feels very karmic, and the nodes are karmic. Well, 29 is that karmic degree, anaretic degree it's called. Okay. The last degree of the sign, where it's like holding all the energy, trying to express it before it changes signs. Okay. Taurus, the scientist. I will share my creativity with the world. So this is the Taurus card, the scientist. And with the North Node in Pisces, it's coming in January, we're going to be seeing, like, so much, like, increases in, like, visual creative arts and all kinds of creativity and scientific advancements and all sorts of things. But with the Pisces lunar eclipse, like, how did that show up for you in terms of creativity? For me, like, I did 3 posts about it. Really should have said eclipse season, like the themes, the themes, movies, and then song lists for the eclipse. And I, like, while I was hiking on a mountain, they just all came through, and I'm like telling my phone all these things that just came through as like that Piscean creative energy just was washing over me. Okay, let me read this. So, in the book, you'll get a story and a message, and then tips. So, for the scientist, the supercomputer chimes, then flashes green. Her jaw drops. She has spent years experimenting, studying, and running endless simulations to find a more efficient formula for warp fuel. But has she finally done it? She's warp fuel. I guess you need that for your rocket ship. Following the formula carefully, her hands shake as she pours in the last chemical. Yes, it sparks and fizzes, turning the exact shade of violet the computer predicted. This will take time, further through the stars than ever before. Oh my God. So I'm a Taurus sun, and this is exactly what I've been doing over this last several years, with my predictions and things. Like, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're, it's the nature of it, but not quite right. Sometimes they're bang on. Yeah. This makes me really think about this is what I've been, especially since the North Node went into Aries. Because it's if you put Taurus on the ascendant, Aries is the 12th house, and you can think about, like, the subconscious with that. Okay, anyway, the scientist's life work is using her creativity and knowledge to find ways to improve the lives of aliens across the galaxy. Even in some small ways, she stands on the shoulders of giants and builds on the knowledge alien kind has accumulated over millennia. That's astrology for sure. Her highest calling is putting her creativity out into the world. If she's lucky, it might just change everything. Oh my God, I feel this is a personal reading. Everyone has something to contribute to humanity or alien kind. The scientist encourages you to share it, whether it's academic study, making art, or spreading kindness and compassion through the galaxy. Whatever you have to give, it deserves to be out in the universe. Now find some test tubes and show the world what you've got. Like, I hope one of my students or something will like make a computer program or something. It could be anything where like it helps. Like if the government used astrology, they could predict and know some of these things that are coming up and better prepare. Like maybe somebody who listens to me and learns something from me can create something that, who knows. Anyway, because I think during Pluto and Aquarius, astrology will become more mainstream. And we've got 20 years for that. Okay, tips. Sharing your creativity with the world can be scary. Yes, it can, especially when you're making predictions. And you could be totally wrong, yeah. But remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can even share it as a work in progress. You never know who might see it and be inspired by you. Part of what I'm doing, like I'm hoping by putting some of my stuff out there, other people, not doing exactly like I do it. I mean, sometimes a little I'm Uranian. I'm Uranus at my IC. You can be a little, you don't have to be as Uranian as me, but take some risks and risk maybe that it could be wrong. It's not the end of the world. You tried it, and then you build the muscle of confidence as you can say, this is what, and you can I hope you understood what I meant. Yeah. If you aren't sure what you want to contribute, spend time experimenting with different interests and find what you're most passionate about. Ooh, I love that. Oh my God, I love that. What a great card. Yes, Simeon. Yeah, there's more about Beyonce, but we'll wait till a little later on. We can talk, maybe I'll talk about it more next week. I just wanted to, next week is pretty chaotic. December 6th is okay, for Beyonce, key dates for her to be aware of are when Mars moves into Leo, and that's November, is it November 2nd or 4th? I can't remember. And then when Mars hits the North Node, December 6th, that's where it's going to station, and then it's going to go back retrograde over her midheaven and her and retrogrades. Also, what they do, I didn't say, is they pull up the tape and reveal what's underneath. Okay. And Mars rules sex, violence. Mars strives, Mars achieves, Mars in Leo performs. Yeah, so, and she's thought to be, her chart is rectified, a Libra rising. So that makes her descendant, her husband, Aries, and makes him Mars in her chart. Everyone in your life is in her chart. So her husband, Jay-Z, is represented in her chart, assuming that her rectified chart is correct. It sounds pretty accurate with Pluto stationing, and and the square too. And so her Mars in Leo is Jay-Z. So that tape being pulled back could be, about him. I don't know if this person, Jaguar, is accusing her of anything. But yeah, the story's not over, and all the legal stuff is not going to work. Jupiter's going to be retrograde during the and Jupiter's in detriment. So like trying to legally stop people. I mean, the dam is going to burst around with P. Diddy stuff. So people who, and there'll be people who didn't do anything, but have a fall based on being, you know, the image appearing as though they did something, like the videotapes or the, yeah. Anyway, I wonder, oh, this is not about Beyonce, this is about somebody else who may show up. Okay. And not a nice person, so, okay. Okay, anyway, we need to move on. The Gemini is the bounty hunter. Getting old, I will learn from failure and become stronger. Oh, I love this. The bounty hunter for Gemini. Jupiter is in your sign and just stationed retrograde, learning from failure and becoming stronger. This is wonderful. Jupiter aids. So you can think about, this is a great time to think about the past, and you'll probably be, as Jupiter goes over your Gemini planets, like when you had a failure, you said the wrong thing, you did this and that, and you beat yourself up about it. Think about the positives about what you learned and how it helped you improve your life. You know, so the difficulties, like when we just do something and we easily succeed, it's not, so let's say someone who's just a natural athlete and they pick up, I don't know, whatever, a basketball, and then they make 10 baskets right away, and then it's so easy, and then they become a big, and then they're just great at it. That's not what builds the muscle or helps you grow your character. It's when you have to, like you threw the basketball and it just goes the wrong total way, and you have to do it 50 times to get it once right. And you stuck with it and you had the grit, and that failure made you stronger. That's the stuff in life that really, really, and that's when you make that basket after you threw it 50 times, it is like your day couldn't be better. There was something on Instagram about a woman trying to practice a back bend, and it took her like months, where every day she kept trying, or like she was doing a back walkover, I think it was. That's backwards, that's retrograde. Yeah, she kept trying. Then she finally, at one point, used the wall, her feet, like innovated it, was creative and used her feet to climb up the wall and then fly over, and then later she could just do it, and it was like she was so excited, and her husband and her daughter were so excited after all of this trying. Yeah, the bounty hunter. So what are you hunting for, Gemini? And the previous failures are somewhat of bounty you already have in your pocket. Okay, I gotta get moving. Okay, can you imagine if I said, sorry, the rest signs, you're out of luck, I've got to go. I have a client in a half hour. Okay. Cancer, the horsewoman. I will use my patience and compassion to overcome obstacles. I will use my patience and compassion to overcome obstacles. And actually, I'm going to use my creativity to turn on a light so I can see, because my old eyes can't see. Oh, there's no light on my iPad. My iPad doesn't have, a flashlight like your phone does. Anyway, the problem is my eyes. I'm having a little trouble reading the underneath. But the horsewoman, this is about being compassionate. Look at the third eye. This is so Cancer. Like you can think about your intuition and your compassion, Cancer. Yes, I'm a Cancer rising. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to have to read all of my three. I'm going to have to read the Navigator and the Horsewoman later because the scientist, was so accurate. And I have my bachelor's in biology. Yeah. Okay. Leo, the henchman. Ooh, I love this. Okay. I will collaborate with others to achieve amazing things. The henchman, Leo, the celebrities like this. Like one of the things I thought, wouldn't it be cool if Beyonce and Taylor Swift collaborated on a song that was about like female empowerment? I think now would be a great time to release it. But anyway, that's what came to me with this. Like collaborating. And Leo, getting your posse together and collaborating. What do you want to achieve? Yeah. And Leo, with Mars going retrograde in your sign in December, if you need help to get stuff done before then, don't be afraid to ask. Reach out. Because when Mars goes retrograde, that slows down the forward momentum. That's December 6th. Okay. Virgo, the blacksmith. I will take pride in a hard day's work. Oh my God, that is so ridiculous. Virgo is so known for their hard work. And loving hard work. And like Kamala Harris has 3 planets in Virgo. And she's always talking about hard work is good work. There's this joy in working. I have a South Node in Virgo. I work too much. So I don't think Virgos need too much help with this unless like your Virgo planets are maybe you have Mars and Virgo squared by... Venus and Virgo squared by Jupiter or something. All you want to do is relax. But anyway, that's just a little on the nose. The blacksmith. Actually, the henchman was on the nose too. Yeah. Okay, Libra, the cowgirl. I am enthusiastic to learn and grow. The cowgirl. This is so perfect for Libra because the South Node being in your sign has really, Libras have had to, especially Libra risings or anyone with a Libra stellium, has had to let go and release stuff out as the South Node comes. The South Node's a clearing, it's a drain, it's a cosmic toilet bowl or vacuum. I've heard it described many different ways. And when it goes over your planets, you have to release stuff out. It went over my Uranus. I would not recommend that. Yeah. Okay, Aries moon in the 4th. You're going to move to your moon IC line. Wow, okay, great. Hi, Veronica. Oh, you have twins. What? Okay. Yes, I'm doing the living astrology class tonight, Raven. Say hi. Wave it. So I know who you are. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the moon tonight for Carrie Paris. She has created this amazing board called it's called a divining kit, and it's an astrology chart, and with Teresa Reed. It is amazing. And if you're not following Teresa Reed, the Tower Lady, and Carrie Paris, My Living Astrology Chart, check it out, because she's going to start a class about all kinds of, she does this charm casting. and I did it. I watched that class and I learned and I did my thing. It was so interesting and accurate, and I loved it. It just, oh, yeah. So I'm teaching for them tonight. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, my living astrology chart. You can Google it, and Carrie Paris, and get on her list to learn. It's about like planetary magic and stuff she does. Okay. And most people know Teresa Reed, the amazing tarot lady. She cracks me up. I'm watching these classes and laughing. She's so funny, and I do lives with her a lot. So you probably know her if you follow me, and you may have found me through her. Okay, Scorpio, the gunslinger. I will keep practicing until I master my craft. I love that. That feels very Eight of Pentacles energy. Yes, for Scorpio. Yeah, just keep practicing. And the North Node for Scorpios, the North Node in Pisces, when it goes into Pisces, will be in your fifth house. And the fifth house has to do with creativity. And it's so interesting. The scientist was Taurus about creativity, and the opposite sign, the gunslinger, is about practicing your craft. I love that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Sagittarius. The smuggler. I will create my own opportunities in life. The smuggler. I will create my own opportunities in life. This is for Sagittarius. Yes, it is. Ooh, I want to read something from here. Ooh, and look, she has 2 extra hands. I love this. I love this artwork. Yeah, the octopus and the fox. In the background. I love it. Okay. The smuggler. Like a Sagittarius is the one who's going to smuggle they have their cup full of gin and juice into the concert. That's so Sagittarius energy. It's like ruled by Jupiter. A tip. Good opportunities don't usually arise out of nowhere. They come after you've already invested. Jupiter invests time and energy, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, into improving yourself and putting yourself out in the world. Sagittarius, the explorer. Yes. So give the universe a helping hand by being ready for opportunities when they arrive. When it comes to the business side of things, try thinking creatively to help stay engaged. You might find some exciting ways to solve problems that appear. So true with Sagittarius, mutable energy. Like, that's great advice. Like, if you start to get bored, do that, whatever I just said. And I cross-post these on YouTube, so if you want to rewatch, you can do it there or here. But it's so much harder to watch on Instagram because they changed the ability to pause. Okay, Capricorn. The space pirate. I will find the silver lining in whatever life throws at me. This is great advice for Capricorn that can be somewhat serious and focusing on the pessimistic part of things. The space pirate, and so hard on yourself. Like if you don't do, Capricorn is about building a legacy, achieving, putting in the hard work to get what you want out of life, being ambitious. But remember to find the silver lining in things. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Her artwork. This is Ellie Grant. Yeah, her art. Hi, Ridiculisa, and everyone. Simeon. Oh, your twins will have Venus in the 10th. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, anyone with Mars and Leo should pay attention, especially if you have anything at 5, 6, or 7 degrees, right around there, because it's going to station at 6 degrees. But everything 0 to 6, and then it's going to go back to 17 Cancer. So Cancers, anybody with planets 17 to 29 of Cancer, we're going to get, and that's my ascendant. It's already right now. It's like I'm physically feeling it. Mars is going to back it up, and that's when it can be difficult. Yeah. And it could just be something difficult for a day, but if it's stationing, there's going to be a story of the nature, depending on what house it's in and what aspects it's making. Now, Mars strives, achieves, and rules six, and competes. So it could be, the opportunity of a lifetime, like with Lose Yourself, that Eminem song. That could be, that's like Mars opposite Pluto, which is coming up, or Jupiter square Pluto, I feel like. But it could be Mars stationing on your Saturn, and you're like, you got one shot. You've only got one chance to blow opportunity. Now, maybe that's more Mars, Jupiter, once in a lifetime, that song. Your mom's spaghetti, you're sweaty, because you're like so hyped to get to achieve this goal. Okay. And Mars, like you're just focus. You're spitting the rhymes, in the mirror, blah, 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 blah. I'm really losing it now. I love that song. Aquarius. Oh my God, I gotta hurry. The Time Traveler. I will embrace adventure and begin something new, Aquarius. The Time Traveler. Well, you're the perfect person to time travel, Aquarius. Uranus rules your side. What do you want to embrace that's new? Yes. And then, I can't believe me. Pisces, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I'm throwing cards. Pisces. The Highwayman. I am determined and I will keep trying, Pisces. Now, this is important, Pisces. You just had a lunar eclipse over your Pisces planets. And the North Node's coming into your side, amplifying that energy next year. So you really be thinking about what you want to achieve with this amplification of your planets in Pisces that's coming. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Did anyone have any questions? Oh no, you have a legal case. I wonder if there'll be delays with Jupiter retrograde or twists and turns. Delays, reversals is also something. Yeah, that can happen. As a Sag rising. Okay, Taurus. Ooh, really be prepared, because if you're a Sag rising, that means Jupiter's in your 7th house. That could be about legal affairs, because Gemini is opposite Sag. And that hopefully that's symbolic of you having success in a legal case. It depends on your chart and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, Jacqueline. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. You love your smuggler's card. Yes, Beth. Creativity. Okay, creativity and looking at the silver lining for anything that doesn't work out. Yes. Oh, you broke up the day before the eclipse with your boo. I'm sorry to hear that, Savantra. Yes, but eclipses, yeah, they're very karmic. Yeah, Okay, Yvonne, yeah. I know, Holly. I don't know. I'm cracking myself up. Oh, good. I'm glad it's fun and it's not just too much. Hi, all sass, no breaks. Jupiter, Saturn. Hopefully you'll get some relief from Saturnian things. Yeah. Maybe if you have a boo, they'll get some relief from some of their burdens. You can think about Saturn's burdens. Jupiter can be relief from the burdens. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good, Joanna. Okay, I'm glad you found it fun. Okay, good. So come on Sunday if you so like to. Remember, I'm talking about the Pisces North Node for OPA. The link's in the bio. Sign up for my transits course if you want to take it, or come for a reading, a consultation to prepare for what's coming up for you next year, or if there's just anything you want to talk about. Yes. Great. Okay. Oh, Imaginary Restaurant. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Okay. Have a great day.